Welcome to the House of Playmakers, where MVPs are made, legends are born, and the culture runs deep.
This isn't your average sports talk. We break down plays on and off the field, from the locker room to the lifestyle.
If it's shaping the game, we talking about it.
Whether you just chasing greatness or you just love the game, this is the House of Playmakers.
This is the House of Playmakers.
Like, subscribe, comment to the new YouTube page at House of Playmakers, because that next playmaker we might feature just might be you. All right, man. Hey, look, I think I'm with the hottest dude in Fort Worth right now. House of Playmakers is episode 11. Me and PJ popped off with episode 10 a few weeks ago. Man, we got my boy Ken on today. He gonna articulate his story and tell it how it is. We gonna get into a little bit of relationship talk, maybe just a tad, and piece over to the football side. But I definitely want to introduce him and let him have his moment, man. Especially being here at Fort Worth at TCU, giving him his flowers, being on the show, man. Welcome to the House of Playmakers, bro. It's an honor to have you on. You legit represent what being a playmaker is legit all about. So, man, doing what you done from Vanderbilt, from even before, from your time in high school to the time you made it to Vandy, transferring to TCU, taking that leap for whatever it was. We'll get into a little bit of that, but man, I just want to say I'm glad to have you on the show, bro.
Dude, I'm fired up to be here. This is cool. Thanks.
Look. And it's so crazy. Like I really want you to tell the story about because I know during the game they had like hella clips going on.
Yeah.
And a bunch of pictures was coming up from the time that like you were young.
Yeah.
To like that game. Give us a little bit of insight on your background, like growing up in Azle.
Yeah.
Transferring. Was it Weatherford first or second?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
Okay, yeah. Give us a little insight, just a little bit about Ken and what people may not know.
So I grew up in Azle. I actually my family still lives in Azle, and then that's where I started high school. My freshman year, I played varsity that year and ended up transferring to Weatherford after that season. It got weird. I ended up getting flagged for like moving for athletic reasons, and so they put me on JV my sophomore year. The team went 2-10 or 2-8 the year before, and then the year I was on JV, they went 0-10. So they sucked. I don't know how that they said I moved for athletic reasons.
Yeah,
but anyways,
because that's probably somebody called when good kids leave.
Yeah,
that call, like, make some phone calls.
I don't know if y'all are looking at Allen or DeSoto or any of these guys, but like Alito right down the street, I'm like, bro, like they're buying
I ain't gonna
house.
say nothing. Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm like, my mom's a teacher at the school. So anyways, that's a whole nother thing. But so I grew up in Azle. It's not far from Fort Worth, and I was always like a TCU fan. Jeremy Clark, I don't know if you know him, but he's a sports writer for 247.
Come on, bro. Jeremy covered me in high school.
Dude, he's awesome.
I got Jeremy number in my phone right now.
He's awesome.
I send him kids all the time, bro. He covered me since I was 13.
Really?
Legitly. Yeah, it's crazy you mentioned his name.
So he's like good.
Too.
He's good family friends with my parents and stuff, and so his son and my little brother played together on the same football teams.
Wow.
But dope. Anyways, he's the one that like first saw me whenever I was in fifth or sixth grade, throwing and in Azle at the indoor. And he's like, dude, like he's talking to my dad. He's like, your kid's legit got some like real talent. I'd love to like help him out, start giving him some, some exposure.
Insight, some tone. Yeah, for sure. He can do that for you.
And so I had been to a couple TCU games and stuff before, but it wasn't until like I got connected and met with Jeremy where, I really started like going to TCU a lot and, going to camps and stuff. And I don't know if you remember a quarterback named Tyler Matthews.
Come on.
Yeah.
Tyler. Shout out Tyler, man. That's crazy you mentioned his name, bro. Shout out Tyler. I think he came in maybe my sophomore year. And
it was around like I think 13, 14, 15.
Like 13, 14. Yeah. Tyler, bro, came in, big arms, smart kid, strong. Yeah, Tyler had it. I think he ended up transferring somewhere else. But
he went to Southern Miss after.
He could ball for sure.
Yeah. So Jeremy put me in contact with him.
Okay.
It was kind of a weird situation, but it was like almost like a mentor thing program. So, I mean, I don't know if you saw one of the pictures, but Tyler actually invited me up to like the practice fields where y'all were having a throwing session.
Yeah.
So it was like you, him, a lot of the receivers, a couple like centers snapping the ball.
I remember.
And I'm in like, I don't know, sixth grade. And I'm like, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm at, TCU right now throwing with like the quarterbacks, the players.
But
Y'all actually gave me a football. I was like, hey, throw a fade or something. It was like pat and go. And I like did my best. And like, all right. It went like 20 yards.
Yeah. Nah, for real. Hey, look.
That's where a lot of those pictures came from, was that throwing session.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. I love that. What about, so speaking from that, I remember, was Bram there? Was Bram there at the time when you were coming up to the school?
I never met him, so I didn't actually get to meet him until the day before the actual the bowl game.
Okay.
But obviously knew about him. Knew his story. But no, we never. I guess he wasn't there that day, or maybe he was, and I just didn't see him in the pictures. Or didn't know who he was at the time. But
Bram's a unique character, man. That's my boy. He was like legit my best friend on campus.
Really,
like, bro. It wasn't a place. You seen him, you seen me. Like, even when he came on the show, I told him, I was like, he legit best friend. If you seen Bram, if you wanted to get in contact with me, the coaches was calling Bram. Have you talked to Trey? Like,
no way.
That's how close we were. Yeah, it was legit like
that's
that.
Cool though, because y'all were like, I mean competitors.
But I ain't gonna lie, Bram, we'll get into a little bit of his story before the bowl game. It was crazy. Yeah, we'll get into a little bit of the story before the bowl game, because he went in not expecting to play.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get into that.
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that.
What do you say out of all people? I understand. Yeah. You feel me? I understand.
I was ready to have a good time in San Antonio.
You feel me? I bet. We're going to talk about that a little bit too, but take me back to, high school. You're at Weatherford, right? Boom. You commit to Vandy?
Yeah.
Straight out of high school?
Yeah.
Boom, go up there. Tell us a little bit about why you chose Vanderbilt coming straight out of high school.
Yeah. So whenever I graduated, I had 13 offers, which,
Damn.
Well, I thought I'd deserve more. It wasn't.
Damn. You got to understand, bro, you only talking to somebody who only had like 2.
Yeah.
I only had 2, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you say I thought 13, man. I'm looking at it like, when I seen somebody with 13 offers, I would have thought like, there's no way. Like, what the hell? So,
no, for sure.
I get you.
I mean, I'm always like, I looked at the other quarterbacks that had like 30 in my class and stuff, and I'm, throwing up there with them, and I'm like, I feel like I can throw just as good as this guy.
Right.
I feel like my throw just as good as him.
I definitely feel you on that.
And I don't know why, but I was really good at camps. I was really good throwing in like shorts and a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But I sat on JV my sophomore year, so I didn't get that film until like junior, senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman year varsity tape, it was freshman. It wasn't that great.
I played varsity as a freshman?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, it was at Azle. I think I had just as many interceptions as touchdowns. So
that sounded about like me.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I wasn't killing it.
Yeah. Hey, when you go back and look at your sophomore and freshman year, like high school tape, you like, damn, I was trash, bro. I looked at my sophomore film, I was like, on the cool. I sucked. I don't see how they let me get away with it.
Well, it's like you're coming straight out of 8th grade trying to compete
that's what it is.
I mean,
that's
some
what
of these
is.
Dudes are as grown as they'll ever be.
Right. No, legit.
I'm like,
I'm dead.
But so anyways, I went to Vanderbilt because pretty much it was like my most southern offer. All my offers were like Rutgers, Minnesota. I had an offer to Princeton, but like, to be completely honest, I didn't want to go anywhere where it was cold.
Yeah, I feel you. Being a Texas kid.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
My only in-state offer was from UTEP, and I didn't have. Was it really?
That was the only one I had. TCU and UTEP was the only 2 I had.
Well, they try and get their local guys. I respect it. Only ones.
No, go ahead. Throw them out there. I feel you.
But I mean, I went to like TCU camps all growing up. I was, had obviously talked to Coach Cumbie. I knew like Coach Patterson, didn't talk to him as much, but as you can probably believe, I wasn't that good in the 40. And I think that at that time, we're looking for guys that could move a little bit better than I did. And so that's why it never really worked out as much as I wanted it to. I never got the TCU offer. It was always, good interest and stuff.
Yeah.
But, they took Max in the class before me, in the class of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And Chandler Morris ended up going there. He transferred in, but ended up going there in my class. Morris. I'm the same age as Chandler. But I will say, Chandler, we and him went to the Elite 11 camp in Dallas together. And that was the only time in high school in my entire life where I thought someone like out threw me.
You think so? You saying he's that good?
I thought watching his arm at that camp, I was like, you know what? He was better than me today.
And y'all was what, like 16, 17 maybe?
Yeah, 16 or 17.
Yeah. Going into that.
But that, I mean, every other camp I've ever been to, I either won or thought I should have won.
Yeah.
You know,
You're the first person I've heard, like, Chandler Moore's name has not come up in TCU, even though he was supposed to be the guy that one year that Max took them to the championship. That's a I know he had to have like a weird feeling.
Yeah,
being like, because I just seen him playing a bowl game he's at Virginia, right? Virginia Tech or something like that. I seen him playing a bowl game, and he's been everywhere. I mean, that kid has been everywhere. Didn't he start off at like SMU or something like that? Was it?
His dad was the coach at was it SMU?
Was it SMU? What did Chandler
Arkansas?
go? Arkansas. Okay.
Yeah.
His dad coached at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he was at. Or did he come straight from high school and go straight to TCU?
No, he went to. I'm pretty sure he went to Arkansas first.
Okay, makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
But Chandler Moore's name has literally never. You would have never even thought that he played at TCU the way people like don't speak on him at all. So
I mean, I kind of heard a little bit about how he was during his time here.
Yeah, he rubbed some people. I think the coaches loved him. I don't think it was the players from the feedback I was getting from the players about like attitude and things of that nature. But you the first person that I mean,
in terms of arm talent,
arm talent.
In terms of arm talment, that day and whenever we were junior,
he could spin it.
He was throwing the ball.
That's dope. So Vandy, right? I've never. I ain't gonna lie. Even getting recruited, you couldn't even. If you asked me where Vanderbilt was, I couldn't have told you.
Never knew. Did not know about it till I got the offer.
You feel me?
I'm not kidding.
So all right. So boom, commit to Vandy. Go up there. Who was recruiting you?
At the time, it was Coach Mason, who's now the head coach of Middle Tennessee, and the offensive coordinator was Jerry Godowski. He's not coaching anymore. He ended up getting let go with Coach Mason's staff, but still friends with him. I saw him a couple times in my time in Nashville, but yeah.
And so choose Vandy, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of just like me, bro. When I chose TCU, I didn't know nothing about it.
Really?
I came up. I may have visited Fort Worth twice. I couldn't have told you because at my high school, West Mesquite, they in the spring they take us on, I guess, AKA so-called like whatever you want to call like a field trip. But
I did those.
We go watch a college team practice, and TCU was a college team that we watched practice. So it was just like, it was crazy. It was like a full circle moment when like, okay, now I'm committed to TCU. I was out there practicing, and now my high school is still showing up here during the spring watching us practice. Like, damn, I was one of those kids. That was the only reason and way I knew about TCU. The blue, the food in the blue. Is Frank, do you go to the blue?
Oh, yeah.
Is Frank still over there? Oh, God.
Ooh.
Frank, I'm talking about he loves
I only
the
stayed there
football
for
team.
like one semester.
I don't know, man. I hope Mr. Frank's still alive. I pray to God he was there. No cap. Like Mr. Frank, he played at TCU maybe in like the 50s. They didn't win a game.
Mr. Frank?
Yeah, they didn't win a game. I'm talking about man had no teeth. He was already an older man, but he loved TCU sports.
I gotta go back to the blue and see if I can find him.
The blue. Tell me, okay, bro. A lot of people want to know because I know I do. Yeah. How the fuck does NIL work on a team when it comes down to like because when I was in school, bro, we got, if you lived on campus, right, you didn't get any you didn't get any cash, I don't think. They may have gave you $200, right? But you get frog bucks and you get campus cash.
Frog bucks.
Yeah, you get frog bucks, you get campus cash. And so you can't even pay a phone bill with that shit. You might as well sell that shit like food stamps. But anyway, they give you frog bucks and cash. How does it work now with NIL and like them giving y'all money? Do they still like let y'all like go eat at the blue? Like you can still go swipe your card and shit like that? How does that work?
It's everything that it was. So I actually, when I came to college, there was no NIL. And that didn't start until...
so you came at a unique time. Okay.
I'm old.
I would love to...
Yeah.
I'm old, brother. I'm old. You talking about no NIL. No NIL.
Well, I got to college before COVID had even hit. Because my first semester was in January of 2020. So I got that 3 months where I got to see what it was like. We were getting ready for spring ball at the time and ended up having to cut it off. But I don't think NIL hit till like July of 2021. So I had a full year without it, and then when it hit, no one knew what the heck was going on. Everyone was grabbing agents and then just trying to do these weird little deals. And then when the collectives like were actually allowed, that's whenever everything hit the wall.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the benefits that you get, you still get your stipend. Off-campus guys will get their housing stipend. So you kind of
that has nothing to do with NIL.
No, this is all just this was happening.
This
before.
is what you get when you get a normal scholarship. So speaking with you from a normal scholarship standpoint, you get your regular off-campus check, and that's to pay bills. Obviously, is just what they say. Is it still cost of attendance? Is that still a part of it? Okay,
you get cost of attendance.
You get the cost of attendance, and then you get that one check a month, and that has nothing to do with NIL. That's just from the all right.
Yeah, and that's how they were paying guys before.
Exactly.
And it was like, hey,
I wouldn't necessarily call it paying guys.
Yeah, I know. It was like, hey, you'll get $1,000, every couple months or something, and this is your stipend.
Your stipend.
So we'll get, your stipend. You get your cost of the attendance. If you live off campus, you get a housing stipend too. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes the way that it worked at Vandy, we had like a off-campus meal money too. So it was like $70 a week that you could go spend. It was it was our per diem.
Yeah,
so that was however we wanted to pay for meals outside. But the way that we do it at TCU is you get I guess like 20 meal swipes a week. So it's like if 5-day week.
What three meals a day for 7 days?
Yeah,
I'm assuming almost.
So it's like it's breakfast and lunch for the week. So like Monday through Friday. So you'll get 2 a day for those 5 days. I think it's 20. I can't remember. And then like a couple dinners. Yeah. But they really try and like not let us go to dinner.
I don't know if it's legal to say, but I mean at that time, like I tell people all the time how like I felt like how fucked up it was, because like you get a lot of these kids, like thank God they're able to make money now, but like before we had a kid came in. I mean, you talk about, I think I had a roommate, I ain't gonna say his name, but some of these people come in at 18, 19 years old and they're grown men. Yeah. They got a family to take care of and whatnot. So the amount of time and energy and effort we put into the sport, and then they make us do extracurricular things or what nature. So you really don't have time to make money at all. And so I tell my homeboys all the time, like bro, it's really fucked up that y'all had kids. Like when my homeboy came to school, leaving high school, his freshman year, he already had a baby. Yeah. And you talking about, okay, so now he got to choose between football or going to go get a job. Yeah. And the only way we could get money if the coach let us borrow it. Yeah. And it wasn't even a borrow. It was like, coach, I need it. Coach, I need it. Like, and some of the coaches would look out, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't right, but nobody's going to complain about that. Yeah. Nobody's going to be like, hey, that's like, so I got to go buy diapers. I got to go buy formula, milk, things of these natures that like NCAA never thought of. Yeah. That, I mean, these people are grown men now, 18, 19 years old, and would damn near need a family. So them not being able to make money, I feel like caused them to go down a wrong path to making certain decisions, because the 20 swipes a week is cool, but like not having no money. Yeah. And then you get paid
frog bucks. Like
you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, come on, like
can't use that.
And you can't. It's not like y'all gonna let me take my girl up to the blue. Yeah. Because I can't swipe her in if she's not a student. So it's this. So they literally kind of like handcuffed you for a little bit. And I tell my homeboys all the time, bro. I'm glad y'all are getting NIL today. Yeah. I'm glad y'all are getting NIL. It's a little out of control, but I'm glad y'all are getting paid, because it was people like y'all.
Well, that's what was supposed to help originally. It's like the people that needed it. And I think the idea behind it is good. And even whenever I think players were asking to get paid, it wasn't like we were talking about like we didn't want to become millionaires.
We didn't think it was going to be this. We
weren't trying to make 7 figures a year. But like somehow, whenever they opened the floodgates on all of it, it was just uncapped. Yeah. And so you got,
and it still is almost, right?
No, it is. Yeah.
I mean, you're in the Big 12. I mean, at least used to be. Obviously, you're done now. But Texas Tech. You talk about what Cody Campbell has done for them and put them on the map. What money can do for a program. Yeah.
I mean, they just signed a quarterback for
$5 million. So I think, and it may not be. We may not ever see it. I think we may have. And today, regulated, I say before you know it, we'll see a $20 million college quarterback. We'll see a $20 million college quarterback. Is going to the NFL even a privilege now? Get what I'm saying? If you're going to start making $5 million as a college student, is going to the NFL even a privilege?
I mean, you squeezing every year of eligibility you can.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are. A lot of these kids are.
Everyone's getting denied 6th, 7th year waivers.
I seen the kid from Ole Miss put in his stuff for his 6th year, and they denied him.
They can still appeal it too. It's not over.
So Man, it's crazy. So speaking of the portal, while we already on the portal, how do you feel about? I mean, what's your relationship with Hoover? I text him and let him know like, hey, like Fort Worth was fucked up. They were pretty mad. I mean, granted, it came the rise of you, and like I said, I'm happy for you. You getting that opportunity and seized it. And so, what I would say, like, what is your relationship with Josh Hoover, and kind of take me through like how it kind of happened for you when it like the news hit, because I remember when I had got the news my sophomore year. What year did Casey get into his situation? Was that like my sophomore year? It was like
I think it was your sophomore.
It was the first year in the Big 12, bro. And I'm sitting in class. And the coach, I walk in class, the students is the ones who told me the information, like how I found out. So I'm sitting in class and a buddy come up.
Did they have like Twitter at that time or?
I ain't that old, bro. Yeah, they had Twitter.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Did they?
He did me wrong. Yeah,
he said 13? That's like when Instagram came out.
Yeah, bro. My freshman year was when Instagram came out.
That's not that crazy.
You're right. Damn, I guess it just made me feel old as shit. But how I found out the information was legit. I'm sitting in class and the students walk in and was like, "Did you hear about what happened last night?" I was like, "Nah." No. It's like Casey got into a situation last night. I was like, I was with Casey last night. Y'all bullshitting. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. It's like, no. Literally 2 seconds later, the coaches show up to my class. Come on, let's go. I'm like, what happened? Casey got arrested last night. I'm like, damn. You starting in the game. Like 24 to 48 hour notice.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, like legit like that.
Happened to you too.
Yeah. So I know exactly. So I was like, take me through that time. Give me a little bit of insight on how your relationship was with Josh Hoover, and then like, boom, once he hit the portal and they was like, okay, you're going to be the guy playing this, like, take me through that 24, 48 hour span.
Yeah. Well, me and Josh, I mean, I feel like it's probably a lot like you and Bram. Like,
right. Okay.
We were close.
Yeah.
Like, especially, there's a lot of things that happened with him and Chandler, and I think they had not as great a relationship. It was somewhat, toxically competitive between them, I think. Because I think Chandler was doing things like behind Josh's back to try and like get a leg up on him, or like, I don't know, you can, coordinate throwing sessions or meetings with receivers or talk to coaches and then never let the other guy know you're doing something.
Yeah.
And then just saying certain things. And so I think Josh was a little bit like more like protected against stuff like that. And so whenever I came in, it's not like we ever had to like work through any of that. He never blamed me, but I kind of knew what was going on. So I kind of made an effort to like, hey, like, we're cool. Like, we're competing for the job. At least, that's what they told me. Like, hey, we want someone to come compete and, push this guy. Yeah. And I was like, well, shoot, I'll come compete.
No,
that's all I need is a chance. And, so anyways, we were always cool. And, we hung out a lot. Like we, had Thanksgiving together and,
nothing weird.
But it was a lot of people. We had like 20 people over there.
Yeah,
it was a large
catered food.
No, we cooked it.
I'm just saying, man.
Everyone brought a dish.
Thank you. All right. Keep it pushing. All right.
So anyways, but whenever it started going down, he kind of like told me like, hey, because I had asked him a couple weeks, before he made his decision public. I asked him like, look, man, I got no more eligibility. I got no dog in the fight. I just want to know, like, are you coming back next year? And I can kind of tell that he was like mentally checking out a little bit, not checking out, but more so just like you could tell he was pissed off.
And what makes you say that when you say he's? What do you think? Because how the season went?
Maybe not how the season went. Like, because we ended up beating Houston, beat Cincinnati at the end of the year, and so like things were on paper like doing well. At one point, we were like 6-4, and things looked rough, for a minute. Like if we had lost another, like we didn't know what was going to happen.
I can tell you.
I think
Sonny would have been on the hot seat.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Because he was on it. He was on it. He was on the hot seat for sure.
At one point, I mean, we thought I'm not in college anymore.
Yeah.
But at one point, I think it was after the BYU game. I think Coach Dykes and Coach Browse were talking outside the bus for a while.
Yeah.
And they came on like 20 minutes after everyone was on the bus, and that's as soon as they got on, we took off, and we thought we saw our media guy like clearing out Brow's iPad, And so like me and Josh on the back of the bus, like, dude, like they just fired Browse and they like just wiped his stuff like on his iPad right there in front of us. And so it was like, there was a little bit of like, he ended up not being fired after that. Right. I don't know what happened with the iPad, but we saw him delete everything.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
So anyways, we knew that things were like tense at the time. And I think there was stuff going on like behind the door with Hoover and, you know, coaches, administration, things like that, that he wasn't happy with. And so he felt weird even being in the facility, going to practice, because behind the door, he's having these like tough conversations with people where they're pissed off, he's pissed off. And it's like, kind of like, you know.
And was it mainly about football, or you think it was about something that had nothing to do with it?
It was both.
Both.
Yeah, it was both. And I think whenever he showed up to practice and all these people that, you know, he was, you know, talking to and stuff, like going at it, they started, you know, acting like buddy, like, hey man, like, you know, how you doing? Like acting like nothing happened.
Right.
And so it was messing with him.
It's weird.
And, you know, I didn't find that out until I asked him, and he's like, yeah, man, I just don't think that the goals that I have or want to accomplish can happen at TCU, because he wanted more than anything, wanted to go take TCU to a Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
And I think he thought that, you know, in terms of like coaching, administration, and the way that the program was headed, just didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's exactly what he told me. It was crazy.
So, anyways, he told me that he was leaving, but nothing about, you know, the bowl game. We didn't at the time, didn't know if we were going to, you know, get a good one, a bad one, what was going to happen. It wasn't until a couple days, about 2 or 3 days before the decision went public, when he, called me on the phone. It's like, hey man, I just want to let you know, like, I think I'm going to opt out of this bowl game when I enter the transfer portal. And I'm, you know, that was the first time I had, you know, even really considered him opting out. And, you know, so I'm on the phone. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm, you know, excited, but like more nervous than anything. Yeah. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, dude, I haven't watched film in like a month and a half. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like I sound like Bram. After week 6, I gave up watching film.
Cakewalk off, bro. I know.
So he told me that. I was like, dude, like I haven't been taking that many reps in practice. Like I can't throw a spiral right now.
But I was coming to some of y'all practices too. It's crazy. And
I was like,
we see the way it operate up there. It's pretty dope.
And plus, you know, they cut all our walk-ons, so we just don't have as many bodies. So like second string, you don't get as many reps as you used to, because they don't have.
That's interesting you say that. I never thought about.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this. I knew scout team guys were very important, but now that you say that, like, had they cut because of all this NIL roster cuts thing, numbers and all this. So how many guys on it? It used to be 100 and something. Now it's what, like 90?
Yeah,
90 guys.
I think you have the 85 scholarship guys and like 10 walk-ons. So
that's crazy.
And, you know, we need a scout team offense. And so a lot of times, you know, we got guys, obviously, you know, the young scholarship guys are playing over there, but we don't have enough scout team receivers. We don't have enough, you know, scholarship receivers to field, you know, the scout team offense, who, you know, our defense needs looks and stuff. So a lot of times, even whenever I'm, you know, second string quarterback, I'm like mixing in with 1s and 2s at receiver, because we just don't have bodies. And so, you know, you got like Jordan Dwyer, Eric McAllister running with me, you know, on the 2s. And coach is like, oh, hell no. Like, we're not going to get Eric these reps, because like we got to save him. So it's like no 2s. And I'm like, all right.
Wow.
I think at one point, like during the season, you know, we'd have, you know, padded practice twice a week, you know, and I was taking drop back passing snaps against 11 defenders, like I think 9 or 10 times a week. And that was it. Everything else was either like drills or 7-on-7.
Yeah.
And, you know, hardly did any of that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need reps now.
Yeah.
So I'm on the phone with him anyways. This is all going through my mind. I'm like, dude, I am so underprepared for this. I'm
he telling you this whole thing you can think about is how unprepared.
I'm like, dude, this is not good.
I'm dead.
So anyways, it wasn't final. He ended up texting me afterwards like, hey man, I'm sorry to like take you back and forth on all this stuff. Like I'll keep letting you know. The next day we had practice and he was at practice. So I'm like, oh, I guess he's playing. Yeah. I didn't know what
he
was
had
going
to make
on.
it. You probably the only one who knew at the time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And so anyways, he's at practice and I'm like, this is weird. So just kind of went through the day. At this point, we only had 4 padded practices left before the bowl game. And this was one of them. And I'm like, dude, if you're going to opt out, like, just do it, man.
Yeah,
like,
do it. Yeah.
I need these reps. So, like, please, bro. I obviously never told him that. Like, my conversation with him was like, hey man, make the decision when it's right and when you feel good about it.
Yeah, that's what my conversation with him was.
No pressure, you know?
Yeah.
And but in the back of my mind, I'm like, dude, like if it's gonna happen, bro,
let it go
sooner than later.
Yeah, real talk.
So, anyways, the next day, he decides that he's leaving, and he calls me. He's like, hey man, it's official. I just got done talking to Coach Dykes. Like I just opted out. And so that's when Coach Dykes calls me up to his office. I go have my conversation with him, and then before I even walk through his door, I mean, everything's on Twitter. My phone's blowing up. People texting me, calling me, and stuff. They're like, who the hell is Ken Seals? Like, we're fucked. I'm like, oh, not yet.
James, what was your thoughts when they said Ken was playing for like Josh Hoover's leaving, and now Ken's stepping in? It was like, who is this Seals kid? Like, what was your thoughts like when he popped up? Because James always has some crazy shit to say. I ain't gonna lie.
I was extremely excited because it's cool. Like I was, because it sucked when we found out Hoover left.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are we going to do? And then like Seals is playing. And then like right after that, and I'll ask your thoughts on this. Right after that, it was like Eric McAllister's going to play. You're like, I was not expecting that. I really wasn't. And then like Caleb Alarmzor is going to play. Like all these guys are going to play. Bud Clark's going to play. That was a big one.
Yeah.
And you're like, that is so cool. Like, so I think it's more of a testament to you and the way you carry yourself, that when you were announced to play, that all these guys are like, you know what, we're gonna come together and we're gonna play this bowl game that isn't necessarily the most meaningful bowl game, but it's one that means a lot to TCU fans. And then you have like the Ken Seals story. So maybe that'll be my question. Like, what did that mean to you? And all these guys are like, I'm gonna play.
Yeah, I guess I never really even like. I knew that there's a chance that they might opt out, but never really thought that, you know, our whole team would opt out. It never felt like that, you know, in the locker room or during the season. Like it always kind of felt like, you know, everyone was going to play. And so I think even whenever Hoover decided to opt out, it was kind of like shocking to most people. They're like, oh, like no one was really expecting that, especially from Hoover. You know, like it was his team. You know, he was the team captain. He was the guy. You know, he was a great leader on the team. Obviously, you know, was a big part in a lot of the games that we played this year. But I mean, that first meeting, it was funny. Like when I talked to Coach Dykes, and you know, he told me, he's like, well, you're our starting quarterback now. I'm like, all right, let's ride. Let's go. Yeah. I was like, I'm excited for the opportunity.
Let's ride. That's crazy.
And
I was just bullshit.
So anyways, I kind of like had mentioned to him, like, hey, like, do you think it's appropriate, or do you think you could give me like the floor to like talk to the team, you know, be like, I just want to like say something like, you know, speak some confidence into the guys, be like, hey, I'm ready to play. Like, this is the moment I've been preparing for. Like, I have the confidence myself to play this. I'm excited for the opportunity. Yeah. So anyways, he was like, yeah, I think that's absolutely fair. Like, totally. Yeah. So we get up there for the team meeting the next morning, and Coach Dykes kind of, you know, starts hyping me up. He's like, everyone knows what's happened, but we got Ken Seals. He's like, a little bit of, you know, background on Ken Seals. Started 20 games in the SEC, you know, started as a true freshman, set these records his freshman year at Vanderbilt, you know, has played in big games before, and, you know, started hyping me up. And then Eric gets up in front of the whole team. He's like, I just want to say this, guys, like, I have all the belief in the world in Ken, and because of that, I'm going to be playing, and I think we should all get behind him and trust him. And so all this is happening, and I'm like, I guess I'm not saying anything anymore. I was like, everything needed to be said. So Eric kind of pumps me up. Coach Dykes pumps me up. And I mean, it goes on for like about 5 minutes probably. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, all right, this is cool. And everyone, you know, everyone's kind of behind me, you know, in the, you know, team room or whatever. And, you know, they're like clapping, making some noise, like shouting. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Like this is kind of sick. Yeah. So there was like some good energy in the room. I was like, well, I guess that's all that needed to be said. Yeah. So ended up not saying anything, but it was a cool moment, especially at that meeting. And, you know, I guess Eric and Coach Dykes had talked about it more and like presses and stuff after that. But that was really cool to feel the support of guys in that time. So,
bro, I think that's a testament to like the TCU program and the guys that come through there. And I would have to say Sonny. I mean, recruiting those type of kids, that's kind of what you want. Yeah. I mean, no matter it's almost like the next man up. Like, Hoover's gone. Okay, who's in it? Is this him? I have full confidence that he can go in and lead us to a victory, and you did that. Like I said, the main thing is that the team was behind you. Yeah. I think with that, you can go in there with confidence. Even you can fuck up and still have confidence, and just because of moments like that.
Yeah.
That's huge. And like I was telling James, I remember when we didn't know, we was like, hey, look, they playing USC. Hoover's not playing. I don't really know, but I did see like a lot of USC guys that kind of like opted out.
Yeah, they were hurting.
Yeah, they were hurt. So, but it did let me know that TCU's it looks pretty good next year.
Yeah.
From the talent that they got, the young guys that stepped up in that game. I can say that TCU look like they may be something next year. I don't necessarily know competing for Big 12 championship, but I mean,
yeah.
But and this goes to Sonny Dykes, and you can get into Sonny a little bit. I like Sonny. Sonny used to come to TCU when I was there, right? Quick story. Yes, I know it's crazy. He got fired from Cal. Either let go, fired, quit, whatever he did at Cal. He was up there with my boy Jared Goff.
Oh,
and my boy Kenny Lawler. Shout out Kenny over there in Canada, killing it right now. Shout out my boy Kenny Lawler. He's straight LA all the way. That's my boy. I swear that he cool. But anyway, he was coming up there to the school and sitting in our meetings. Me, Sonny Cumbie, Meacham, Sonny Dykes, the quarterbacks, he was in our room.
Huh.
And so I think as a player, like this as a person, I love him just as a person.
Yeah.
But when we want to talk about just coaching, I obviously played up on the Gary Patterson. I think I don't think it was necessarily a fair trade, or to get rid of Coach P and hire Sonny Dykes wasn't like it was an upgrade to me. I mean, he's a great person, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to like leading men and because the team takes on the attitude of the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonny seems like a pretty laid back, chill person for the most part. Even when I watch him walk around practice, he's walking around from field to field. I don't necessarily know how much. Like when we was with Coach P, he was the defensive coordinator. Yeah. So like the team took on the attitude of the coach, and like we were hard nosed, we fought, and that's pretty much how TCU was built. And while guys came up there, they had a chip on their shoulder, they wanted to play. And literally, oh my God, having him. So I guess like I love Sonny as a person. I think coaching, and I don't want to use the word, but I'll say it, I think he's mediocre. I think you have really good coaches, guys like James Franklin at Penn, who a year before was a play away from the national championship, and then come in the next year. So really good coaches are getting fired. What does that have to say about you? And so like when you were saying earlier, like, oh, we were 6 in this, like if we lost a couple more, it would have been Sonny was on the hot seat, if you ask me.
No,
I think he was.
I think so. I think we felt that too.
Yeah. And so and then fast forward to have a galvanizing moment like that. Yeah. Hey, look, everybody's gonna play. We all bought in. This is what we came here for. And y'all made plays watching that game. Bud, ball, ball, McAllister, ball. Like everybody seemed like they were bought into the program, and that's just a testament to the program. Sonny, a little bit, I guess, his recruiting tactics and what he is. But when it just comes to coaching, to me, I love that. I mean, the Alamo Bowl is what it is, but you want to be one of those teams in the playoffs. Like that's the goal. Like you don't play just to make it to the Alamo Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want TCU and Fort Worth to get comfortable with that. Yeah. That's me. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah. It's just like a few years ago they played in the Cheez-It Bowl. I was pissed when we played in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl because it wasn't the playoff game. It wasn't like the Rose Bowl or
that was different that year. I mean, y'all should not have been in that.
Right. So, and it's like I said, it's just a testament to the program, to TCU and what they've done. Take me through the game a little bit, because Bram. Okay, I'll fast forward. So you know a little bit about Bram's story, right? Boom, horrible first half. I told bro, I said you played 30 minutes of good football and everybody and their mama love you. You feel me? That's great. I love it for him. You know what I'm saying? And I told him like TCU in that ball game is the miracle team. Take me through like those last, and we'll pull this clip up too. I know James will pull the clip. Take me through the last drive Not just the last play, but take me through like the last drive. Like, what were we down by 3 or 4? What were we down by?
That last drive, we were down 3.
3. Yeah. So take me through the drive, like, because I mean, we've all been in there. We've all been through game-changing moments. We all had like, so what's the mindset going into something like that?
Yeah, I think, for me, around, second quarter, I felt like I really settled in. You know, I'd never started a game where we had iPads on the sidelines, because that was 2 years ago that they put that in. And so obviously I hadn't played in the last 2 years. And so like,
is it videos or pictures?
It's videos.
It's video.
You can watch the whole thing. You can watch the TV copy on the sideline. You get the wide, the end zone, and the TV copy. Everything.
And after each after every
drive. Yeah. Just go sit on the bench and you're just watching the game.
Wow.
Yeah. It's insane.
That. Okay.
So anyways, like, obviously Coach Browse wasn't there at the game, ended up going to South Carolina, but, we had, 12 Gauge, our assistant, who was pretty much coaching the quarterbacks. But he was wearing so many different hats, like he could, barely had much time to talk or anything. So a lot of times I'm just, sitting on the sidelines, myself with the iPad, like kind of breaking it down myself. And all week we thought that they were going to play cover 1, man us up, pressing on the outside, like try and create pressure. Yeah. The day of the game, their defensive coordinator ends up leaving to take his next job, which we didn't know was going to happen.
Now y'all like,
yeah. So at this point, half their defense is opted out. Their defensive coordinator just left. So we have no idea who's playing, what they're going to play, their attitude. Everything just got thrown out the window. So first couple of drives of the game, we're feeling them out, trying to see, like, are they going to be the same team? Are they going to switch it up? And what I started seeing a lot on the iPad was, like, they're showing, this one high picture, but they're really, dropping 8, like playing zone. I'm like, I don't know what that's about. Like, maybe they're scared of me throwing the ball or something. Right. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. So anyways, I started like picking up a lot of their tendencies or whatever on the iPad. And so around the second quarter, I felt like I really got a good beat on them. And so whenever we get down in the third and fourth, we're down 10, I run over to defense. I'm like, get us the ball back and we will go score. And so we end up, we're down 10, I think, 5 minutes left or something. Go get the touchdown. They get a huge stop on defense. And then that last drive, we only need 3 points, end up completing, a couple big chunk plays down the field, and we still have a timeout. But I mean, my mentality was like, we're going to go finish this game and go score. Yeah. So at one point, we have, we're in like 3-by-1, split out wide and call all slants. And they actually press us up. And so I like full slide the line, and I'm looking at Eric, like he's got a slant to the field, and I like check him on the fade. Yeah. And so we ended up taking a shot, but I was trying to go score. I wanted the game to be over as fast as possible, because in all honesty, there was so much emotions and like maybe a little bit of stress, but I'm like, we are so close to winning this game. Like we're on like the 20-yard line. Yeah. I'm like, let's just let's finish. Go. Like, I don't want to go to overtime. Yeah. So I'm like trying to take shots at the end zone. Like, let's just put it away. DB ends up making a good play. And so anyways, we end up kicking the field goal, send it to overtime. And I'm like, gosh, dang it, man. Like, we got to play
last thing
more.
I wanted.
I'm like, dude, no way. We got to keep playing. Like, I just want to win and like be happy and let this thing be over. So, and that's honestly, that's where a lot of the emotion from that last play came from. Because like, when it was finally over, it was just like, I'm so tense and like, so like, please just like, let us win and get out of here. Yeah. That whenever Jeremy scored, it was like, just everything like relaxed. I was like, no way. It's like, we did it, bro. Yeah. And that's, I fall down and I'm like doing whatever on the ground, but
you had like an A+ reaction, because all the college accounts were tweeting like, this is why bowl games matter.
Yeah.
Like, your reaction to the touchdown.
Yeah. Was awesome. Well, I mean, it was like my only game ever. So I'm like, and I'll be completely honest, Coach Dykes and everyone else like to talk about like, oh yeah, he started 22 games at Vanderbilt or whatever. I only won 2 of those. No, and it was against Colorado State and UConn. No, there was no Power 5 wins in there. I was 2-20 as a starter. So like, this is my 23rd start, and I'm like, dude, like I got to get one. Like just go get me one. Yeah. And it's first time where I felt like we stacked up well, athletically with a team. Like I got some dudes around me that can go win. So, and for the last couple of years too, I've been feeling like I'm playing the best football I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
And I just haven't had the chance to go out and show anybody. And, you know, Hoover is a great quarterback, but, you know, I thought that I should have been the guy, you know, whenever I stepped in.
I mean, if you ain't got that type of mentality, it's like, why do you play ball?
Yeah.
Right. If you don't feel like, and that was like my mentality going into like my rookie year. I don't necessarily know if guys came in with that same mentality as I did, even being behind Russ. I don't necessarily know if guys came in with the mentality of like, I want to be the guy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it should be me. I'm going to work for it. And so if you don't have that mentality, and I tell the kids that I train, the young kids, like, you want to go up having a mentality like that's you. You feel like a dog when you get out there on the field and you try to be the best that you possibly can. I think that kind of goes to, especially for you, being MVP, right?
Yeah.
MVP of the game. It kind of really goes back to like my homeboy Bram and his story. Bram was a backup. Same thing. He was like, look, I haven't watched film since week 6. Bram was the same way. He literally, when I got arrested, sat that like a day or two before the game, Bram didn't know none of the plays. He knew not.
So he told me that he had GA like slip him like the inventory underneath his like hotel door.
Yeah,
because he had
probably so. When I came back, Dale Conte, the athletic director, was on the way to the room. Meach and Cummy, the rest of them. I had Bram maybe for 10 minutes, and I told him like, "Hey, look, I'm finna run through these plays with you real quick, and then I'm gone. They trying to put me on a bus back to Dallas. Like I'm gone." And he didn't know. So when I went and seen some of the plays like they were running in the bowl game, they had switched a little, like, few things up, like plays where I was supposed to be running.
Yeah,
they were giving it to Aaron Green, like making him go to quarterback, doing Q. So they did it. They had a great game plan. And
so that play specifically, what you're talking about, where he scored,
yeah,
he was lead blocking for him. Yeah. So apparently, this is the story that he told our team the day before the game.
Brad probably lying.
He said. So like Aaron Green like ended up talking to us or whatever, you know, the night before the game.
AG, my boy.
And he was awesome. I mean, he was really good. He like told us like what all had happened and stuff, and you know how they like kept believing. Bram gets up there, he's like, Aaron Green's like cussing everyone out, like getting pissed off.
And Aaron Green don't cuss. He don't cuss. I swear he don't. But when we met, when Aaron Green, I'm talking about, he didn't say a cuss word. Really? It was gosh darn. He didn't say a cuss word. So to see that, to hear that, you know, like he had to be upset or mad or like motivating or whatever it was.
So Bram at one point, Aaron Green's getting pissed, and Bram's like, "Hey, bro, I got you. Like, I'm gonna get you the ball. Like, just trust me."
Yeah.
And so apparently they call this play, and he said that he had switched him and Aaron Green. He's like, "Hey, bro, you take the snap."
Hey, come on, Bram.
He said,
hey, that's my boy,
the only people that knew was AG
him and AG
in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and then they ended up walking it in. But
I'm not going to vouch for that story.
I'd love to see y'all take it up with each other.
I'm not going to vouch for this story. Bram, my boy, but he will sell you some shit. He's a great salesman. That's exactly what he is. He's a great salesman, man. I'm trying to tell you, because that's how he got me. I'm talking about some of his best friends are like, Bram's well connected, believe it or not.
Really?
Like, bro is probably one, like, he had me almost lose eligibility when he made it to TCU, because he had me sitting courtside at a game 6 at the Rockets game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the only we get back compliance is on our, it was so good. Like, I don't even know why they were there though. But one of the compliance people was in Houston that weekend and went to the game. And my seats was better than his, and he was like, "Oh, there's no way." He had me sitting in Bram had me sitting in the owner's seats. I say, it don't get no better than this. It gets no better. It's game 6, Rockets versus Warriors. I'm in the Rockets owner's seat for Tita. I'm in his, and then the crazy part is I'm wearing Steph Curry shit though. I mean, like, I went down there just straight code switching on them. I don't know why I did that. That was crazy. But I'm sitting in the Rockets owners, like, chairs courtside. Like, it was crazy because Slim Thug posted me on his page. Shout out Slim Thug. He posted me on his page. The post is still on his page to this day. What? Yeah, so me sitting courtside at the Rockets game, I was sitting, his sons, Bram is, like, well connected, like, with his sons and stuff. Like, I don't know if he knows Fertitta, the dad, that well. But I know he knows the son. Bro, Bram is connected, but his story is very unique, kind of like yours. Bram bounced around, wasn't about to play, didn't think of playing, and boom, here it is. He gets a 24-hour, 48-hour notice. That now, and maybe 1 or 2 practices. So you probably had, 3 practices?
I definitely had some more. I had 10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's more than what he had. That's definitely
way more than what he had. You know,
more than what he had. But I know for a fact, like, even when Bram was here, I told him, and I'll tell you the same thing. One thing I know about TCU is they always play with that chip on their shoulder.
Yeah. That's what I feel like all the old guys talk about. It's like TCU is always a school that gets left out of the conversation, that people overlook, that they discount. And I think like that attitude that those old teams like your teams like had, I think that has like permeated to like the teams that we still have now. So I think that's cool to hear you say that. So
what's the plans for after TCU posts?
Yeah.
You 5th year senior, right?
This is my 6th year.
6 years. Yeah. So grad school, already got grad school?
I'll be done in May.
What's the plans for the future?
Yeah. So I'm still trying to play football.
Right.
You know, I kind of like I said, like I think, you know, I'm playing the best football I ever have in my life.
Right.
And, you know, thank God that I was able to go out there and have an opportunity to show it in the Alamo Bowl. You know, still things that I want to clean up. Like I'm, you know, watching the film and I know I can be better. But even just getting that feeling of being back in the game, that was huge. Yeah. And so like now I feel like, oh dude, like I'm ready. Like I remember what it feels like to be in the game, being in control, like making the calls and stuff. So I'm still trying to play, right now in the process of trying to get an agent. And I think the best path for me is to go make a UFL team, try and get some film that way. Yeah. And then, you know, roll that into maybe a mini camp invite or something in the league. But I know I can go play. And so it's just right now the process is trying to get, you know, eyes on me, trying to throw in front of somebody who, you know, wants to take a chance on me or give me an opportunity. So, you know, we'll see, man. But that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah. I love to ask people because, I mean, it's a long time ago, but then you have like the Kyron Lacey stuff. You have like, so I would love to ask, how's your mental when it comes to all of this, being a athlete, juggling, what am I going to do next? Because I feel like right now, and same thing I tell Paul, like right now you are in the maybe the hardest phase of your life. It's the transition phase from like, okay, what's really next?
There's no structure.
Yeah, right.
No, there's no coach telling you like show up at this time.
Yeah,
you know?
Like after that bowl game,
if you want to sleep in, bro, like go ahead.
It's a wrap. So I love to just see like your mental state, and hopefully it's good. How are you mentally when it comes to like juggling all of this?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Most people say they're good. I mean, you can be honest with me. Most people say they're good, but I know like the stresses of being an athlete and going through the transition phase, not knowing the next step, not knowing what tomorrow brings, what I have to, like you said, it's not a coach calling me telling me I got to show up to meetings anymore. Yeah. So the transition phase is the hardest phase for an athlete because we've been in this sport our whole life.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like now that we transition into, I just love to ask people like how they mental is. And I even when I talk to my NFL guys, talking about like Turpin, my homeboy, he represents Tariq Woolen. He plays for Seattle. But I just try to tap into people's mental state of mind and just see how they doing. So if you say you're good though. I mean, I don't want to force it on you.
I think what a lot of guys go through during this time is kind of like an identity crisis where it's like your whole life, the value that's been assigned to you and your identity has been like as a football player. And so that's how, you know, you get attention. That's how you get praise from people. And, you know, for guys that, you know, have been good and have been getting a lot of attention, once that's taken away, like what value do I have as a person? Like, who am I now? For me personally, you know, I had never been a backup in my life until my junior year at Vanderbilt. I had started my freshman and sophomore year and then got injured at the end of that sophomore year. And when I rolled in school my junior year, I was third string. So I forget playing. I wasn't even practicing. Yeah, and there was no third string quarterback reps to go around. So I would suit up for practice, and that would be about it. I wouldn't sweat. Go back to the locker room, hang them up, and that was for a whole season. Yeah, and that was the first time in my life where I kind of had I went through that identity crisis. I didn't know who I was. I was like, I suck at football. Like, what am I? You know, aside from just a football player. So that's when I kind of started getting deeper in my faith and, having like a spiritual identity and figuring out like my value as a person. Yeah. And so even these last 2 years as a backup at TCU, like leaning on that a lot, and that experience that I went through really helped me like overcome a lot of the doubts. And I think the pressure that I was feeling to like, go get the starting job and stuff, like obviously that's what I wanted. Right. But when it didn't happen, it wasn't devastating for me. So I think like, especially, now in this time where I kind of have the attention again, but also understand like who I am as a person and like my value. I think I understand like if it doesn't work out for me in football, like I'm going to be all right. Like I think I have a good enough idea of what I want to do professionally. I say good enough, like I have no plan, but I know who I'm gonna call.
Yeah. So,
but like I want football to work out, and I'm gonna give everything I got, just because I need to know in my mind that I did give it everything I had. And if it doesn't work out,
then cool.
Yeah, let chips fall where they may. Yeah. Like I gave it everything I had. I played in that bowl game. I took advantage of my opportunity. I got MVP. And, if a team doesn't want me to play for them, like, so be it, man.
You come here and be the man in Fort Worth. They going to love you for life here in Fort Worth. I ain't going to lie.
So it's for one game.
All it takes is one game. I swear to God. I mean, ask Bram.
Yeah.
Ask Bram. It take one game. You might get a book. You might get a book. That was like Bram. You feel me? Like Bram looking at but I love to hear that, bro. I'm so glad that you can speak, you know what I'm saying, like that, and be able to say, because a lot of college football, and not just you, a lot of kids when they hit after that bowl game senior year, if it's not NFL, it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't have plans, and I would just love to just tap into that mental state of it. But
it's important.
Give me some little predictions before we get off of here. We got some NFL stuff coming up this weekend. Obviously, that you can probably give me your pick on Miami, Indiana. Tell me who you feel like gonna win the national championship. Give me some picks as far as like this weekend. I know I think my picks. I mean, after watching Indiana play last night, I know for a fact they're favored. But Miami is a tough team. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know
they lost to SMU.
And that's what everybody was saying. Bro. But since then, nobody has really, and that's the same thing I don't like, bro. If it's one person I do not fuck with in college football, I will buck Carson Beck every game. I will buck Carson Beck, and I'm bucking them in the national championship. Like, I don't think Miami's going to, if they do, they do. Malachi Tony's the fucking truth.
Yeah.
Malachi Tony, that catch it, he's the truth. Like, I think the people around Carson Beck is really good. I have no fucking, but I'm taking manager. Indiana. Yeah, game manager for sure. For shit show, he game manager. But I'm taking Indiana for the national championship.
Mendoza?
I love Mendoza.
You think game changer?
It's
more than Beck.
Yeah, more than Beck for sure. More than Beck. He's better than Beck. I will say that. I would still give him. Because when I think of game changers, I think of guys like Manziel. I think of Cam Newton. I think
they can do it.
Lamar
on the
Jackson.
Ground
You
and
feel me? Like, I think of them type of players, and he just might be a different kind. But like, he's not. I mean, is Indiana where they are without him? No, I don't think he is. I mean, he showed that last night. I think he's probably going to solidify himself as being the number one pick. I like him though. I can't say nothing bad about Mendoza. He can run it. He can throw it.
He runs it. I don't know if he can run it.
Yeah, I mean, he'll toe the ball. That's, as the quarterback, that's really all you can ask for. Just get us what we need.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you ain't got to be the fastest motherfucker in the world, but we only need 3 yards and you can go get that 3, then cool. Yeah. Like, that's cool with me.
I forgot to ask, how did that hurdle feel?
Dude, I don't know where that came from, bro.
That was
bro, I'm trying to tell your story so much like Bram flipped on his fucking neck in the ball game. I was like, bro, you tried to jump on the fucking 5, bro. Like, what were you think? I say this, bro. And so, bro, one of my good friends, he literally just called me. He was like, man, who should I put my money on? I was like, man, TCU has never lost in this bowl game. They're the miracle team in this bowl game. And they told me that the quarterback's been lighting up at practice. So I would say go with TCU. And he ended up making that bread on y'all. So shout out to my homeboy Ty.
It was close.
Yeah, it was close.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
but that's all. That's what you wanted. That's what you want. You want. That's college sports. That's college football. That's what you want.
Jeez. But I wouldn't been happy if I had money on that game. I had a couple guys.
Yeah, it's stressful for sure. Don't do it, man. It's sports. I wouldn't say sports are rigged, but the gambling shit and all that, this, that, and the third make me feel like this shit is rigged, especially with the NBA players. Don't even get me fucking started on a parlay and prize picks and underdog and these motherfuckers.
Am I allowed to do that now, or do I gotta wait till this last semester's over?
Bro, don't come to me for legal advice, bro. I'm the last person you need to come to for legal advice, bro. I do want to get. I mean, eligibility is up. You can do what you want now.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you can do what you want now. I don't think you can go back and ask the players. You can't but as far as that, but you can do what you want now. I'm assuming.
I think you're clear.
Yeah, I think
they can't
clear.
take any eligibility away from me.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, tell me who you got picked for like the Super Bowl pick before we get up out of here. I know you got to hit to the game. They honoring y'all today.
Yeah.
Tell me who you got picked for like the Super Bowl and for the national championship before we get up out of here.
Yeah, I think in terms of like college football, like I don't know how Miami's been able to make the run that they have, because in all honesty, I was advocating for them to not even be in the playoff. Like I thought, obviously being a Vandy guy, I was like, put Vandy in, put BYU in.
Yeah.
They lost to Texas Tech. That was their only two losses was Tech twice.
Yeah.
Who was a conference champion at the time, number 4 in the playoffs.
That is true.
I'm like, in terms of like losses, those are the best losses you can have. It's only to one team.
It's one team. Yeah.
It's technically, like they've only had one
playoff
loss.
team at that. You know what I'm saying?
One of the best teams in college football at the time. Oregon did what they did to them, but I'm like, so for Miami to even be doing as good as they have been, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Now I will say, the game that Indiana is coming off of was just so dominant for 4 quarters that like
it's hard not to pick them.
It's hard not to pick them, but where my mind is like as a team is like you almost kind of like get a little complacent almost. I think it's going to like really be down to Signetti, like how good a coach he is, able to like, hey,
keep those guys.
Forget that, bro. Yeah. Like that never happened. Yeah. Like we got one more to go. And I think, obviously the guys are going to be fired up to go play this game, but like I'm gonna be interested to see how they handle a little bit of adversity. Yeah. Like if things don't go well to start the game, like are they gonna freak out? Like, wait, this is normal. Like we usually beat people by 34. Yeah.
No,
like
facts.
So
because it got crazy first play last night.
Yeah.
Pick 6. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a low game.
Yeah. I mean, so I think Indiana's gonna win. If I had to put my money on it, they're gonna win. But like
it could be close.
It could be close. And if they have some adversity early on, if Mendoza turns the ball over, they have some like bad fumbles
Miami
or something.
Coming through, huh?
I don't know, man. Like I think they're a good enough team to make you pay. Okay. So and plus my old like neighbor roommate in our apartment, he's a center for Miami now.
Oh, so you're a little biased. He's a little biased. You're a little biased there.
For him, I'd like to see him win. I
want to see him win.
Like I don't know. I don't know anyone at Indiana. So
I'm a huge Cowboys fan. I'm from the city of Dallas. I don't necessarily know about you. We
it's been tough.
Yeah, it's been tough. We was trash this year. It is what it is. I'm having deja vu right now as well. I'll probably be saying this again next year. But Cowboys fan, but obviously we're not in the playoffs. If I had to pick a team to play spoiler, who would you pick? I'm picking the Rams. I would take the Rams to go play spoiler. Good. I feel like this is Josh Allen's year to go get him a ring, with all the other Dragons being already slayed or not making it or whatever the case may have been. But don't be surprised if a Drake May or somebody comes in and pops top or whatever it is. But my sneaky team and team that could sneak and win them, to me, would be the Rams. I love Matthew Stafford. He chunks the ball.
Yeah.
Alone from Matthew Stafford, but I love Puka Nacua. Yeah. Bro. Toughest receiver in football. I swear to God, I don't think it's nobody better than Puka Nacua. So shout out Puka Nacua. He can get Playmaker of the Week every week if it was up to me, because I swear to God, man. And then if you really watch the Rams play, all his big catches they get called back from penalties, bro. He would have and he's still finishing the game with like 10, for 10 catches for like 100 and some yards. But like he had 2 or 3 big plays a game that get called back. Like he'd be like, he would have went for another touchdown and another couple of 100 yards if they didn't like penalize him on all this shit. The offensive lineman, it's bullshit. That's why I think it's rigged. But oh God, that's why I think it's rigged. But give me your NFL team before we get up out of here. And your NFL pick, like I said, mine's the Rams. Give me who you feel like can be sneaky and get up in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll say this. Since playing college football, I have not been tapped into the NFL very much. It's been weird. You know, obviously I keep up with the Cowboys, but like other than like keeping up with players, I really, you know, I couldn't tell you all the teams that are in it right now.
For real?
I'll say this, like I really like Josh Allen. I think obviously he's a hell of a quarterback.
Buffalo. Yeah.
Honestly, he's kind of like who I try to like emulate my game off of a little bit.
Bad person to pick.
So not that I'm as athletic as he is, but I don't know. Maybe that's where the hurdle came from. I don't know.
Hey, Josh Allen a beast, bro.
I'll say this. I'll ride with Josh Allen. That'll be my pick.
Yeah, but so hey, look, episode 11, House of Playmakers, man. If you got anybody you want to shout out before we get out of here,
Mom and Dad.
Yeah, shout out to Mom and
She's
Pops.
been on me all year about like hitting a love you mom to the camera. So
yeah, hey, get it,
Mom.
Make sure we clip. I'm gonna make sure we clip this and we gonna send it to her. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Let you get to this basketball game, man. Obviously, Ken, bro. I mean, congratulations on the bowl game. Congratulations on any accomplishments that you had. I know MVP.
Thanks, bro.
And man, just keep pushing, keep working, bro. Man, you come on the House of Playmakers. Hey, look, y'all like, subscribe. My boy James. Obviously, we missed PJ today. Paul couldn't make it. It's always something with him. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, appreciate you, bro. Thank you,
dude. Thanks for having me.
Man.
This is awesome.
No problem.
Appreciate
no problem.
y'all.
We laid back and chill, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Adios.